Once upon a time, in a land not far from here, there dwelled a gardener of exquisite taste, tending to a verdant sanctuary. Within its confines, an array of resplendent and aromatic flowers flourished under his attentive care. Each morning, before the sun's first light graced the horizon, the gardener would amble amidst the dew-kissed grasses and blossoms, reveling in the fragrant embrace of nature, and savoring the invigorating embrace of dawn. His countenance forever radiant, his friends lovingly dubbed him the bloom-hearted gardener. For in the act of nurturing the greenery, his own heart remained forever young, perpetually imbued with cheer and vivacity. Of all the floral marvels that adorned his garden, the gardener held a special affection for a rose bush, its blooms surpassing in both beauty and fragrance. Each day, he would stand in quiet reverence, inhaling their intoxicating perfume. With a tender smile, he would murmur,
"The nightingales speak true. Their affinity for flowers, for verdant splendor, is the very essence of life's purity and the heart's exaltation."
One misty morning, when the day had not yet fully unveiled its splendor, the gardener strolled through his cherished garden, as was his customary ritual. His steps led him to the cherished rose tree, where a nightingale perched delicately upon a branch, its beak tenderly caressing the leaves of a nearby flower. With grace, the gardener set his tools aside, gently lowered his head towards the bloom, and joined in the melodious chorus, finding pure joy in the flower's company. Yet, alas, the consequence of the nightingale's ministrations was the eventual swelling and subsequent collapse of the once crimson blossom. The gardener paused, his senses enraptured by the entrancing serenade of the nightingale. He beheld with contentment the avian creature's elation within the floral haven, but within him stirred a pang of sorrow and remorse at the loss of the flower. Moments passed before the nightingale, sensing the gardener's presence, took flight, leaving behind the garden's embrace. The following day, as the gardener ventured into the garden, shrouded in the contrast of darkness and burgeoning daylight, he beheld the nightingale once more. The avian creature was engrossed in its own rhapsody, intoxicated by the fragrance of a crimson bloom. It fluttered about, serenading the flower with verses of poetic grace. Once more, the nightingale caught sight of the gardener, and with a swift departure, it left. A profound sadness washed over the gardener, witnessing the nightingale's systematic indulgence in his cherished red blooms, one after another. In the recesses of his thoughts, he mused,
"The nightingale, too, possesses an ardor for flowers, but blooms are meant for contemplation, for their fragrance to be savored and their beauty to be admired, not to be destroyed. I cannot toil in nurturing these blossoms only for the nightingale to dismantle and consume them."
On the third day, the gardener observed the nightingale once again, engaged in conversation and song with yet another flower. The leaves of this newfound bloom gently cascaded to the base of the tree. And so, as consequence befits, the nightingale's action incurred a retribution, a cage. Under the verdant embrace of the garden's blossoms, the gardener strategically laid a snare among the flowering trees. In its calculated snare, the nightingale was ensnared, its wings now stilled within the confines of a cage. With a measured lament, the gardener spoke,
"You failed to cherish the freedom you once held. Now, here you shall reside, to ponder the weight of your flower-destroying ways."
The nightingale, in protest of finding itself confined within a cage, beseeched the gardener with heartfelt words.
"Dear friend, we share a mutual love for these flowers. You tend to their growth, bringing me joy, and in turn, I serenade them, becoming the source of your happiness and delight. Just as you roam freely in the garden, I too long for the same freedom. Why have you imprisoned me? If it is my song you seek, know that I shall sing for you endlessly in this garden, day and night. Yet, if there exists another reason for my captivity, kindly impart it, that I may understand."
The gardener spoke with measured resolve.
"Singing, though a cherished art, is not my current concern. You have brought me sorrow, and with your actions, you have marred and laid waste to some of my cherished and beloved blossoms. When you gaze upon the flowers and sing, you seem to lose restraint, inadvertently causing harm. Your penance shall be seclusion within a cage, and you shall be denied access to the flower garden, serving as a lesson to other avian companions.
The nightingale responded,
Unjust man! By confining me and denying me the freedom to roam the garden, you have shattered my heart and wounded my soul. And now you speak of retribution, consequences, and lessons? Yet, you fail to realize that if there is any sin, your transgression far outweighs mine. For I merely disturb a flower, while you disturb the heart of a living being.
The nightingale's words resonated deeply within the gardener's mind and heart. He found solace in the nightingale's response, recognizing the wisdom and correctness in his words. Thus, he chose to liberate the nightingale from its cage. Once free, the nightingale perched upon a flowering branch and spoke to the gardener.
Now that you have shown me kindness and set me free, I wish to reciprocate. Know that beneath the ground you stand upon lies a treasure of gold. Claim it, find happiness, and refrain from ensnaring another bird.
The gardener, heeding the nightingale's counsel, began to dig, uncovering the veracity of the nightingale's claim. A hidden trove of gold indeed lay beneath. The gardener turned to the nightingale in astonishment, asking,
I am truly amazed. How is it that you perceived the concealed gold, yet failed to see the trap I had set?
The nightingale replied,
It is twofold. Firstly, no matter how wise and knowledgeable one may be, there are times when the unpredictable course of events, often referred to as fate, may ensnare them. Secondly, I harbor no desire for worldly wealth or treasures of gold. I merely pass them by without a second thought. However, my heart yearns for flowers, and in the throes of my love for them, I lose myself and succumb to a madness that blinds me to the snares, such as the one you set amidst the blooming bush. Any emotion, when taken to extremes, can become a source of pain and adversity, even the purest of loves.
When we surrender ourselves blindly to the intoxicating allure of love, we risk making decisions without considering the consequences. The overwhelming emotions can overshadow our rationality, leading us astray. It's crucial to approach love with a blend of passion and wisdom, balancing our feelings with thoughtful reflection. By taking the time to assess the situation and align our choices with our values and aspirations, we safeguard ourselves from potential heartbreak and regrets. Let us embrace the power of love while remaining mindful of the importance of making decisions that honor our well-being and long-term happiness.